Hello, welcome in this new technical video. Today we will speak about the difference between 3x125 and 4x110mm setup. Many skates actually in the collection that we make with Powerslide are using the both setup. Many times you will find, for example, the final 125 or the final 110 or the pulse 125 or pulse 110. So it's especially quite important to have these two setup in all the racing range. So let me explain you what's the main difference, and especially the advantage of 3x125 and then the advantage of having a 4x110mm setup. So the 3x125, the main advantage is that it's rolling faster, or we could also feel that it's maintaining the speed better. We can actually reach almost the same speed on both setup, but the 125 will maintain the speed much easier when you get it. So that's the first good point of this kind of skate of setup. The second advantage of 3x125 is it's a little bit lighter than 4x110. So that's also quite a point when you race marathon. We do a lot of time the same movement. We lift the skates many times during the race, so having a little lighter setup is an advantage. Another good point from the 3x125 is that it's more comfortable, especially when you have a bad pavement. When the road is not so nice, the 3x125 will be little more forgiving the bad road, so it will feel more comfortable, especially when there is vibration. But it's not true in every case, because when the road is bumpy, you will see later that the 3x110 can be better. That's the main advantage from the 3x125. Last one that can be a key point to select the setup or another is the length of the frame. When you choose 3x125, you can choose, for example, a 12.6, 12.8 or 13 frame setup. So that's the size of the frame, the length of the frame. So you have more possibilities of different setups. So if you have small feet, you can have actually a shorter frame, and it will help you a lot to maneuver your skate much better. Let's go now on the 110mm, 4x110. The best part of it is like you will be lower on the ground. So when you're lower on the ground, you basically get more stability on your skate. Also, because the frame is always minimum 13.2, 13.3, then you have more balance front to back. Your frame will be longer, so your balance front to back is much easier to manage on your skate. So that's the most important point from having 4x110 if you choose this. Also, one good point, it's easier to feel the push. Because you have 4 points of contact with the ground, you can feel the push better on 4x110 compared to 3x125. So if you are skating too light, sometimes the 3x125 is not really the best, and it's a big advantage because you will feel much more push on the 4x110. Also, the 4x110, the edge-to-edge feeling is much more developed. Because you are lower, you will feel more the need to use edge-to-edge, and it's quite of the parts that can give a lot of pleasure during the skating technique. With 125, we stay longer on the edge and we move less the edge-to-edge like this compared to 110. We have more range to use them, and in my opinion, it gives a lot of pleasure and a lot of fun and control of the technique with 4x110. On the bumpy road, not on bad asphalt, but when the road is bumpy, the 4x110 are better, because with 125, if you are on the highest part of the road on a little bump, then you will be kind of disconnect from the ground. So you will have only one wheel having contact to the ground, and especially if it's the middle one, it's a problem. It's harder to control the skate. With 4x110, you have less effect like this. On bumpy road, you always have two good part of contact on the ground, so it's much easier to control your skate. Last part I can tell you is, if I have to give you advice, if you have, for example, small feet, or if you are small size person, here it's better to take 3x125, because you can adjust with shorter frame, so it will be easier to cross and things like this. On the other hand, if you race a lot, if you do parkour or race with a lot of corners, or if you have a lot of stop and go in the event where you go, or when you skate, a lot of stop and go, then the 4x110 is probably a little bit better, because it costs sometimes little more to accelerate or to reach the speed on 3x125. At the end, most of the speed skater, we like to have both setup. It's really the key point, is really when you can have the two setup, 4x110 and 3x125, then you have all the combination possible when you go to a race. For example, if it's raining and you want to have 4 points of contact to the ground, you will get more grip, so it's easier to go on 4x110. And if it's a longer, if it's a parkour with some nice long straight line with a smooth asphalt, then for sure it's good to put your 3x125. So both choice, most of the time in the Powerslide range, you can find it in the Trinity mounting system like this, or is the 195 mounting system like this. So you can choose your weapon based on your quality, based on what you like to feel on your skate. You can get 3x125, 4x110, or both.